in many cases. You look at monetization with YouTube, monetization with various platforms. This is when we're trying to like get there, but you know, it's still not something we are used to, and it's still difficult for us to get used to these systems, uh, how to earn money, how to monetize your craft, how to be a brand on your own. So um, there are different reasons why creatives struggle to monetize their craft, and I believe to some extent could be because um, we have limited resources to help us learn about how best we can monetize. Just like we talked about the YouTube, we talked about the Facebook. These are some things that we're trying to like still adopt, but it's we still have like limited access to ways we can monetize, because you cannot compare us to the monetization tools that these guys from the Western world, or even maybe in like South Africa, that they have, as compared to the Zambian creative space. So we want to like cover what practical ways you can use as a creative to be somebody who's going to be a brand, and also be able to like be paid for the service you're trying to provide. Could be photography, could be videography, and even content creation, because I mean we are in the age of there's a boom in the content creation space. You look left and right, most of our friends, most of our colleagues, and most of the people we know are now content creators because of TikTok and everything. So it's really difficult to stand out, if I may say. So you need to really position your brand, your craft in a space where you'll be able to stand out, and you'll be able to be out there and also be seen, and be distinguished. So we're gonna talk about a few things, and one thing we also need to know as creatives is that art is viable, even if it is something that is really niche or really small, because you're also, as a creative, you're also allowed to charge what you're worth. If you feel to say this my if you are a photographer and you say, okay, each photo I produce is going to be 100 kwacha or 200 kwacha or 250, if that's what you're worth, go for it. And that's how you're going to position your brand, because you look at different energy drinks. I'm going to give this as an example. You look at energy drinks like Kung Fu Energy, and you look at the Red Bull. You'll find out that the price that it would take you to buy one Red Bull, you can buy two Kung Fu. So you find out one can of Red Bull, the small can, is like 35, 45 in some places. So, but for the Kung Fu, you find out that it is like 16, 15 kwacha, the big can. So, and it's bigger than the Red Bull can. So I believe it's something about the brand, and it is something about standing out. So both these energy drinks are good, and they all have the various markets that they target, and same applies with you as a creative, you as a brand. There is always a way you can stand out, and you need to charge what you're worth. And imagine if Red Bull is in a space where they know to say, okay, this can, though it is small, it is worth 35 kwacha, it is worth 45 kwacha. People still pay for that, and they still buy it. So yeah, and there are a few examples of revenue streams for creators that you can take advantage of, and the first one is like one way which is not really common amongst us as creatives, which is merchandise, things like t-shirts. And I believe one of the creators that we can like look at as creatives in the Zambian creative space is FJ, who's a producer, who's an artist, and he also has merch which he sells called Saka. It's a Saka brand, and they have they have hoodies, they have t-shirts, they have head socks, and all that. So that's one way as a creative that you can use to like monetize your brand and also be of use to the people. Let's say, for example, your music is not working, you can come up with t-shirts just like FJ does, and you find out that he's not like one of those artists who's like constantly releasing music, but he probably makes more money from his brand as Saka. So those are one of the the revenue streams you can look at as an artist, and basically also services that you can provide if you feel like you are in position where you are really established and you have like the experience in your field. Are you a photographer? Are you a web designer? Are you a software developer? You can come up with services, consulting services that people might come to say, okay, we would want to build ABCD. How can we go about that? And you can definitely charge for those services, or even come up with maybe if you are a producer and everything, production is something that you can also charge for, because people are constantly releasing music. People are constantly trying to get their photos edited. Professional music video production, professional editing of different stuff. So these services are things that you can monetize as a creative, and as long as you are able to do and deliver what you say you can, people will definitely pay for that. And also one other way that you can create as a revenue stream for yourself is being able to organize events and workshops, because these are things that are now like really popular in the modern day, because you need to events and workshops are places where we meet and network with people. So events and workshops are really vital for a lot of people, and if you're able to organize, you have the know-how about how to go about organizing events and workshops. Not everyone knows that, so these are things that you can monetize. So yeah, you there are usually also mistakes that we need to avoid as creatives, and that I feel issues that are probably common, and things that people can really relate to. One thing is also undervaluing your work. Undervaluing your work, I believe, as a creative, we might be in spaces where we might feel to say, okay. When I say okay, maybe my web design services are like 10,000. I might not get customers and everything, and you maybe look at a customer who wants to like pay for that at 1,500, and you might need that money, and you end up undervaluing your work. So yeah, I mean, those are one of like the most common scenarios that we find ourselves in as creatives when it comes to undervaluing our work, because even the current market that we're in, especially in Zambia, you find out that a lot of people are not willing to pay what the service they need, what the service they need, how worth the service that they need is. So you'll find out that if a service is like 10,000, they would want to maybe pay 1,000, or they're willing to pay 1,500. So yeah, and there are maybe moments as creatives that would want to maybe just wait for the big things. I want to maybe get a big contract instead of starting small. So yeah, even for us to like reach a point where we would want to maybe charge maybe 15,000, 25,000 for our services and everything, as creatives, you possibly need to start at maybe 1,000 kwacha or 500 kwacha, depending on your level of experience and everything. So we don't really just need to make sure that we wait for the big breaks, because even for you to be given more money for your work, you definitely have to have like some sort of like portfolio that people that you would want to maybe charge 15,000 but they have to see to say, okay, this guy has done a ton of work, so we need to pay him this much. He's worth this much. He's worth the 15,000 kwacha we're about to give him. He's worth the 25,000 kwacha we're about to give him. So yeah, and I believe also as creatives we fall in the loop of not being able to create a plan for what the work that we do, and also us being able to like distribute, because I can relate to this because there's a ton of work even under MeloSpot that we have done that was just like in the vault, in the backlog, and it's not being released. So these are things that we need to constantly keep avoiding, because you know they end up undervaluing what we are worth, and also they limit our value, because most of the things that we say we are building, people are not actually seeing it. So yeah, so there are tools and platforms that you can use as a creative, and as a portfolio for a creative. Let's say you are like a graphic designer, photographer. Yeah, there are a graphic designer, photographer, videographer, and everything. There are different platforms that you can use as portfolio. Even like your social media right now is like something you can use as a portfolio. Things like Instagram, you post your photos. If you are a photographer, you post your work there. Um, if you're a graphic designer, you post your work there. Um, yeah, I believe these are platforms that you can use as a creative. And I mean, for subscriptions, our friends have Patreon, but I believe we have not adopted that much as creatives because of the market. So yeah, as a creative, Patreon is basically a platform where you can like have now your fans maybe pay for like exclusive content if you are a music director, everything, or maybe you are like a content creator that you would want to like release exclusive content, and you have like an exclusive place where you can release all this content to, and people get to like pay maybe $1 or $2, or however how much they have to pay for them to like have access to that exclusive content. So basically there are really a lot of tools that you can use as a creative, even like social media right now, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, LinkedIn, and everything. These are places where you can be able to be seen by a lot of people. It's really easy for you to be really seen, as long as your work is alright. Don't worry, even if you get 10 likes, 100 likes, 15 likes, 25 likes, there's probably more people that have seen your work, maybe even 10 times or even 20 times the number of likes. So there's always somebody watching. They might not even like, people that will come to you as customers might not even like your post, but they know to say, okay, if I need this service, there's always a guy. So yeah, I believe you need to, as a creative, I believe you need to pick a stream of income that you would want to go for. Some people would go for maybe for like the exclusive content. That's something that works for them. Some people would go for like the merchandise. That's something that works for them. And keep showing up as a creative. Each day is a new day. So strive to being better each and every day, and keep learning, because consistency wins. And it's always you only learn by showing up every day. So these are ways I wanted to share with you guys on how best you can like be able to be visible out there, and also increase your value as a creative, increase your income streams as a creative. So I hope this piece of content was helpful to you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.